Caitlin Clark does not have to stay with the Indiana Fever.
Every owner of a professional sports team fears one situation more than anything else. It is not a losing streak or even a serious injury to their biggest star. The real nightmare begins when the franchise player realizes just how much power and influence they truly have. In professional sports, talent wins games, but leverage shapes the future of an organization. Fans watched LeBron James use this strategy with the Cleveland Cavaliers by signing short-term contracts that kept pressure on the front office to build a stronger team around him. Now, many believe 24-year-old Caitlin Clark is using a similar approach with the Indiana Fever, creating one of the biggest and most important power struggles of the 2026 WNBA season. Welcome back to WNBA Pro, where today we break down this major story and what it could mean for the future of the franchise. Fans are showing their frustration by supporting a growing financial boycott, while the reality of the WNBA salary cap and ticket business makes the situation even more serious. A viral podcast clip has now sparked major discussion after what many see as a strong warning aimed directly at the Indiana Fever's leadership. Many believe Caitlin Clark calmly suggested that she could leave the franchise if major changes are not made, including replacing head coach Stephanie White and reshaping the front office. If people thought the on-court arguments and missed opportunities were the biggest part of the story, this latest development has raised the stakes even higher. Now the focus has shifted to what this could mean for the team's future, as many believe the organization is facing one of its biggest internal challenges, while much of the mainstream media overlooks the deeper issues being debated by fans.
Fever. Caitlin Clark joined Aaliyah Boston and Candace Parker on their podcast, Post Moves. Great episode, by the way. And there was something that I noticed. Caitlin Clark was not committing to the Indiana Fever long term when her and Aaliyah Boston talked about Aaliyah Boston's contract.
Caitlin Clark recently appeared on the Post Moves podcast with her Indiana Fever teammate Aaliyah Boston and WNBA legend Candace Parker in a relaxed and friendly conversation. They talked about the challenges of playing in the WNBA, handling constant attention, and eventually the discussion turned to the future, team building, and long-term contracts. Aaliyah Boston proudly shared that she had signed her contract extension and would remain with the Indiana Fever through 2029. Smiling at Clark, Boston warmly said, "Fever till 2029. Hey, I love playing with you." It seemed like the perfect moment for Clark to give the expected response by saying she also wanted to stay in Indiana for many years and help build a championship team. That is the type of answer a franchise, its front office, and the league's marketing teams would normally hope to hear from one of their biggest stars.
Whatever.
She's on that till 2029. 2029.
Yeah,
Aren't
no,
you
that's
with
what
the
I'm
Fever
saying.
till 2029?
Hey, I love playing with you.
Yeah, well, I'm only signed till...
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Well, next year.
Don't worry.
She said, well, hey, look, I'm only signed till next year. I love playing with you too, but I'm only signed till next year. You're here till 2029. I'm not necessarily, respectfully. You know what I mean? Listen, I think Caitlin Clark should hold off on re-signing with the Indiana Fever. If she's going to re-sign, you hold off to the...
Caitlin Clark responded to Aaliyah Boston with a calm but noticeable comment, saying, "Yeah, well, I'm only signed till next year.
Don't worry about that.
We'll figure that out unless I sign my epic." That statement quickly caught people's attention because she did not commit to staying with the Indiana Fever long-term or say she was definitely signing an extension. Instead, she left her future open. The epic refers to the WNBA's Supermax extension available to eligible players on rookie contracts who earn all WNBA honors, making it one of the biggest contracts a player can receive. While many athletes would sign such a deal immediately, some fans believe Clark is taking a more careful approach because of concerns about the team's direction. Critics have pointed to reported frustrations with head coach Stephanie White, including coaching decisions and a widely discussed sideline incident, while also criticizing the front office, led by Kelly Krauskopf and Amber Cox, over marketing choices and team management. Supporters argue that Clark deserves to be the centerpiece of the franchise, while others believe the organization must improve its culture and leadership if it wants to keep one of the league's biggest stars for the long term. Many fans believe Caitlin Clark is using her contract situation to increase her influence over the future of the Indiana Fever. According to this view, she is making it clear that the organization must build a stronger environment around her if it hopes to keep her beyond her current deal. Supporters argue that this could include changes to the coaching staff, improvements in team leadership, and creating a system that fully uses her abilities. Others believe that if those changes do not happen, Clark could choose free agency and join another team that better fits her goals. At the same time, many discussions have focused on the Fever's financial dependence on Clark's popularity, with supporters pointing to ticket sales, television ratings, and fan interest as evidence of her impact. Critics of the front office also claim that ongoing management decisions have frustrated fans, leading to calls for change and what some describe as a growing financial boycott by portions of the fan base.
Say she's signing it. So at the end of the day, I think Caitlin Clark needs to continue to leave the door open on potentially not signing with the Indiana Fever. Now, shout out to Rhodes Rants. He posted this, and then he said, well, we're witnessing the biggest bag fumble of all time by the Indiana Fever. Wow. And I agree. Now, what this is the yearly league attendance by the team. Now, you already know, the Indiana Fever, they're doing absolutely anything to get people to come out to these games. They're doing all type of gimmicks that we hadn't seen them do. We hadn't had to see them go to within Caitlin Clark's.
A well-known WNBA analytics account recently shared updated league attendance numbers, and the results have fueled a lot of debate among fans. According to the data, teams like the Golden State Valkyries, New York Liberty, Atlanta Dream, and Las Vegas Aces are drawing strong crowds, while the Indiana Fever are ranked 5th in attendance. Many supporters see this as a major disappointment because, during Caitlin Clark's rookie season, the Fever were one of the biggest attractions in the league, regularly selling out home games, filling large NBA arenas on the road, and driving huge demand on the secondary ticket market. Clark's popularity was widely credited with boosting fan interest and helping increase the league's visibility. Now, some fans point to lower attendance and more empty seats at Gainbridge Fieldhouse as signs that the organization has lost momentum, arguing that poor decisions by the front office have prevented the franchise from building on the excitement and success created during Clark's historic first season.
Every home and away game just off of the name Caitlin Clark alone. Do you guys have screwed the pooch, man? You blew it. You don't think that you guys putting Raven Johnson, who plays 5 minutes a game, averaging 1 point a game, on flyers instead of Caitlin Clark plays an effect on the attendance? You guys don't think the fact that you keep trying to put Kelsey Mitchell front and center on all the promotional kits and put Caitlin Clark off to the side, that hasn't?
Many fans say they have lost confidence in the Indiana Fever organization because they believe the team has not handled Caitlin Clark's role and public image the way it should. Some critics argue that the franchise has not promoted its biggest star enough while giving more attention to other players in its marketing, leading frustrated supporters to cancel season tickets and reduce their spending. These fans believe their loyalty is tied more to Clark than to the team itself, and they argue that if she is not treated as the centerpiece of the franchise, the organization will continue to lose fan support. As attendance and public criticism grow, many believe the Fever's leadership is under increasing pressure to rebuild trust with the fan base and reverse the negative perception surrounding the team.
The yearly league attendance by the team. Now, you already know, the Indiana Fever, they're doing absolutely anything to get people to come out to these games. They're doing all type of gimmicks that we hadn't seen them do. We hadn't had to see them go to within Caitlin Clark's first 2 seasons. All of a sudden, they're giving away free tenderloin sandwiches. They're giving away free oil changes. They're doing housing.
Critics argue that the Indiana Fever have become so focused on promoting the team as a complete group rather than highlighting one superstar that they have turned to aggressive ticket promotions to attract fans. Reports and fan discussions have pointed to discounted family packages, giveaway items, and other promotional offers designed to boost attendance. Supporters who share this view believe these efforts reflect the organization's struggle to maintain the excitement that surrounded Caitlin Clark's arrival. They argue that Clark's popularity alone has the ability to draw large crowds and that the franchise should make her the centerpiece of its marketing while also addressing concerns about coaching and leadership. From this perspective, Clark's decision not to publicly commit to a long-term extension is seen as a strategic move that gives her flexibility and increases her influence over the team's future direction.
This is mind-boggling. And this organization, I think Caitlin Clark needs to seriously consider walking away from the Indiana Fever. Don't sign that epic deal. Pack your bags and go elsewhere. Walk away from them. I mean, if they don't get it together, you got to hold their feet to the fire. I would, coach, get out of my way. Y'all gonna start promoting.
Many observers believe Caitlin Clark's contract situation gives her significant influence over the Indiana Fever's future. From this perspective, waiting before signing a long-term extension allows her to keep her options open instead of committing immediately. Supporters argue that this gives her the ability to evaluate the team's coaching, leadership, and overall direction before making a decision about her future. They also point out that, if Clark ever reached free agency, many WNBA teams would likely be eager to pursue one of the league's biggest stars because of her talent, popularity, and commercial impact. With expansion teams and established franchises looking to compete at the highest level, many believe Clark will have no shortage of opportunities, making her upcoming contract decision one of the most closely watched stories in the WNBA. Supporters who believe Caitlin Clark should keep her options open argue that she would attract interest from nearly every WNBA franchise if she ever became available. Expansion teams and established contenders alike could see her as the ideal player to build around because of her talent, popularity, and impact on the league. Some fans have even speculated about potential destinations such as Toronto or the Golden State Valkyries, suggesting those organizations could offer a fresh start and a system that better fits her style of play, although these ideas remain speculation. Many believe the Indiana Fever's ownership now faces an important decision about the team's future direction, including evaluating its coaching staff, front office, and long-term vision. Critics argue that the franchise must create an environment where Clark can succeed if it hopes to keep her for years to come, while supporters say the organization's next moves could determine whether it remains one of the WNBA's biggest attractions or risks losing one of the sport's most influential stars. Many fans believe the balance of power has shifted, with Caitlin Clark holding significant influence as her current contract moves closer to its end, and supporters continue to show their backing through ticket purchases, merchandise, and overall interest in the league. Whether that influence leads to major changes within the Indiana Fever remains a topic of debate, but her future is clearly one of the biggest stories in the WNBA. If you enjoy detailed analysis of the league's business, team decisions, and biggest storylines, subscribe to WNBA Pro for more coverage. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Clark is making a smart long-term contract decision by keeping her options open, and should the Indiana Fever make changes to their coaching or front office? Turn on notifications so you don't miss our next update as we continue following every major development surrounding the team and the league.